Hi, my name is Dr. Felucia, and I'm a licensed psychologist, and I focus on the treatment of spiritual abuse in my private practice called Skill Set Counseling. In today's video, I'm going to be answering a question that I get quite often, which is what is the difference between self-doubt and self-evaluation? And the reason people, I think, often ask this question as survivors of spiritual abuse is that when you've been through spiritual abuse, one of the hallmark symptoms of that is constant self-doubt. And so sometimes when people are in that position, when they're constantly doubting themselves and really having difficulty, trusting their gut, listening to their gut, they'll wonder, well, if I'm questioning myself, is this genuine self-evaluation or is this self-doubt that happened as a result of spiritual abuse or other factors? So let me jump right in and explain the first difference. One difference is that self-doubt tends to be quite pervasive. Self-doubt, especially when you have been through spiritual abuse, is going to permeate every single area of your life, right? You're going to doubt your abilities and the functions and the roles that you have in your life. So it could be spouse, parent, employee, family member, whatever it is, citizen, member of society, you're going to doubt your efficacy in those roles. And so, and just doubt so many other things. And so you see self doubt as a very pervasive thing encompassing all areas of your life. Whereas self evaluation tends to be more domain specific. So if someone is evaluating themselves evaluating themselves, they might focus on a particular area, such as how they are functioning as a coworker, or maybe how they are operating in a particular friendship. Okay. So before I go on, I want to ask if you have not already subscribed to this channel, you're finding the content helpful, please do so. Also, please like the video, comment, share, and subscribe. That'll really help the algorithm out in terms of recommending this to others similar to yourself. Okay. So the second way in which self-doubt and self-evaluation differ is what you actually get the feedback that you get from both, right? So self-doubt, when you're doubting yourself, the feedback tends to be very vague and fuzzy. If you think about times when you've doubted yourself a lot, you can't really point to a specific thing that you are doubting. It's just going kind of like jumping to this automatic belief that you're wrong or you're not enough, although you can't really point to why. So let's say rescued a bunch of baby chickens from like a burning farm, right? That's a heroic thing to do. But somebody who's really struggling with self doubt would wonder, well, did I do the right thing? Am I a bad person? Maybe I did it so that I looked good in front of other people. There's just this um, constant nagging that basically questions who you are at your very essence and your very core. All right. So it's vague. When people are dealing with self doubt, they really can't say or express what they feel is wrong or what they feel needs to change. It's just this constant barrage of thoughts and images and messages that that person is not enough, they're undeserving, they're unworthy, which causes them to question everything. The other hand, self evaluation is not vague, it's specific. So if you think about a time where you wanted to evaluate yourself on something, maybe you just wanted to think about it, or a certain event caused you to start questioning things, self evaluation in those areas or in that situation is going to be more specific, meaning that you will focus on a particular area and you want to get specific feedback. So, for instance, let's take the example of friendship. Self doubt could be just believing that you're a bad friend. Maybe you took a friend out to dinner and gave them a gift, and then you think, oh, well, maybe the gift wasn't thoughtful enough, or did they really enjoy the dinner? It's just constant. You think that you're a bad friend. Even if you don't ask those questions, specific questions, you come to the conclusion that I'm a bad friend, or I'm not a good friend, or I'm not worthy to be this person's friend. If we look at it from a different perspective of self-evaluation, what that does is it's going to ask specific questions, right? So maybe you took your friend out to dinner and it seems like maybe your friend didn't like it very much, right? So self-evaluation could be, the next time, instead of me picking, I'm going to give my friend a few options and maybe ask them to pick, or I can narrow it down, right? So self evaluation is not saying I'm a bad friend or I'm not good at picking restaurants or whatever. You're not coming to any vague conclusions. You're basically looking at what you did right and looking at what you could have done better. Self-evaluation also will bring up positive things, right? Self-doubt always trends negative, but with self-evaluation, you're going to see good things and things you can change. So in the example that I gave with taking a friend out to dinner, the self-evaluation part could say, you know what, I picked a really good present for my friend. I can tell that she really liked it, and I did my research. And so you give yourself a pat on the back for it. Then you say the restaurant may not have been that great. So next time, what I'm going to do is go about a different way to determine what restaurant we're going to go to. So you guys see how that's different? Self-doubt, bad friend. I don't think they had a good time. No real evidence for anything. Whereas self-evaluation is picking what you did well and what you want to do differently the next time. So it's more specific. Um, the third difference is that self doubt tends to be very persistent. So not only is it vague and pervasive, it's also persistent. It's this constant nagging doubt that something's not right, something's not good enough, I'm not good enough, second guessing everything, right? That is what self doubt is. So it's persistent. Whereas with self evaluation, you can turn that on and off when you want to. So you can choose, okay, I'm going to spend some time with self reflection, self evaluation here, but it's not something that you are constantly doing. I mean, think about how emotionally draining that has to be if you are constantly evaluating yourself all the time. It's hard and it's going to be counterproductive because you want to perform at your best. And if you're always having a microscope, on everything you do, it's going to affect your performance. And so, that is a major difference between self-doubt and self-evaluation is the persistency, right? So I'm going to go over those three again just in case you have forgotten them. The first one is persistence, right? Not persistence, rather pervasiveness. So self-doubt is pervasive. It encompasses every area of your life, and it's always telling you that, just giving you bad messages about everything. Self-evaluation, specific areas of your life. The second one is vagueness. Self-doubt messages tend to be very vague and bad, right? So they're vague. It's like, they're very these universal heavy statements: bad person, bad friend, stupid, not incompetent, whatever it is. They tend to be these just very vague and heavy messages. If you even think about the energy behind those types of statements, they're vague, they're heavy. It's like a big cloud that is just clouding everything around you. Whereas self-evaluation is specific, and you're saying, okay, what is a specific area? And you're getting specific feedback. It can be good feedback, it can be not so good feedback, right? But the point is it's specific and it can go in either direction, right? Because when you do an evaluation, you're not looking for all bad or all good, you're looking for the truth in the situation, right? And then the third one is persistence. Self-doubt is persistent, it doesn't go away. It is just this is there all the time. Whereas with self-evaluation, you can turn it on or you can turn it off. Okay. And that's something that you choose to do at your will. So I hope that helps. My heart goes out to you if you are a survivor of abuse, especially spiritual abuse, and you really struggle with self-doubt. And if that's something you'd like to get more help with, you can book a free consultation with me. Go to my website, skillsetcounseling.com. And instead of clicking on the orange button, what I recommend that you do is just email me directly at Dr. Feluso, that's DrFoluso at skillsetcounseling.com. All right. May you have a wonderful day that is filled with peace and joy. Bye-bye.